are live. Welcome to my thoughts on Season 4, Episode 7 of The Bears. Another episode I absolutely loved. There will be spoilers for the episode, as well as all the ones leading up to it, and the episode is rated TVMA, so will this video be. So, this was another of these wonderful, extended family-sized episodes. And yeah, they're some of my favorites. This and that one with like the flashback where Carmy comes home and they celebrate. Sugar keeps asking Donna if she's okay, and yeah. I might have to speed round this video episode because I am planning on watching a movie tomorrow. I gotta be careful not to strain my back too much. So, yeah, Blanket, absolutely loved every single interaction. Everybody's incredibly talented. I love how much is conveyed sometimes with just, like, the actor's eyes. Sometimes it's like a twitch of the eyebrow or some, very, very small. And the fact that the intense close-ups capture every single little thing like that. Let's see. Yeah. Jamie Lee Curtis, goddamn national treasure. I am so glad I still get to see her and stuff. Yeah. It's unreal. She's been acting since 1978. She's still so incredibly talented. I hope she keeps acting as long as she's this fucking good at it and as long as she wants to. Let's see. I will say I was a tiny bit surprised, So the episode before this one immediately followed up on, okay, so Emmanuel had a heart attack, and first thing we see, Sid going into the hospital, But then last episode also had Carm, as far as I could tell, get a call from Shapiro, and I'm thinking, like, Shapiro probably doesn't know, so he's, like, thanking Carm for agreeing to let Sid go and apologizing for taking her away from him or something like that. But they didn't have a conversation about that in this episode. They had conversations, but not about that. I don't know if he's just, like, hiding it really well, or maybe that conversation didn't go that way at all. I don't know. I realized I don't know how I forgot to mention the Shapiro phone thing in my video on the last episode. Anyway, let's see. I think yeah, I fucking love this. This was like a fucking Avengers movie or something, bringing together so many characters. It's like fucking Infinity War, just bringing together all these characters and having them play off each other. Right, loved Sarah Paulson, not in the episode an awful lot, but she did have a flight to get 1 fucking hour. Jesus Christ. That is love. Like, you are going to risk missing your fucking flight. And just, yeah. But yeah, it was really sweet. Her and Tiff lying on the bed together talking, and also the bit right before she meets Donna. And she's standing there, she's looking like kind of fragile and confused. And I'm pretty sure she's like sensing somewhere out there a Hannah Shapiro is trying to manifest me going to prom with her. I don't even know this girl. And fucking loved Lee and Carm in the kitchen with the Cleaver, and yeah, that is who I accuse. And just, yeah, the thing about, because Richie and Sid are like, we gotta fucking save him. We're gonna have to throw him, fuck, swimming vest. What the fuck are those things called? And they're like, they need you in the kitchen, where it's quiet and there's no Donna at all. And yeah, he stands there for, he's like, so who the fuck invited you? And I love that Lee doesn't initially take the bait. Like, their conversation out there actually goes through stages, at first, not to be confused with stages. That was the one thing. No Luke in this episode, but why would he be at this fucking wedding? But yeah, yeah, at first he's like, I know that you walked out of Mike's funeral. I didn't tell anyone because it didn't feel like my place. But then later they do get, you know, so there's, okay, when the fuck did you and Mikey become friends? And he's like, when you weren't there. Yeah, Carm, I don't, I know it's been years since you talked to Lee, but you really, he is a Burnmeister. Evidently, you forgot that. You know, we remember. We, the audience, remember because that episode wasn't that many episodes ago. For the characters, it was years. But dude, do not give him an opening. Like yeah. And yeah, you know, Carm lets him have some of the smoking quitty gum thing. I think it is. You know, and you know, of course, later, this is a deleted scene, I presume, Carm was like, I don't, you know, yes, someone got a piece of my smoky, chewy, stoppy gum. And the other person was like, who got your smoky, chewy, stoppy gum? And he was like, nobody got my chewy, stocky, fucky, shit. I shouldn't have given myself such a tongue twister. Anyway, hey, if the episode itself can reference nobody, so can I. And I did add the Odyssey twist to it. Anyway, then we have the, yeah, loved all the introductions, all the people meeting each other for the first time, and the little, oh, you're that one, yeah, no, I haven't heard any of the fucked up shit that happened between the two of you, not at all. Let's see. We have also the, yeah. It was fucking great when Sid and Donna are talking, and the thing about, you know, the noise, and you know the thing about it's. I know it's, you know, it's fucked up, but I kind of like the noise. We're all a little fucked up, you know. Just yeah, and you know, her not drinking, trying to be healthier, and ultimately she doesn't stay for very long. She still just can't fucking do this, you know. And I also really loved the way that they used, let's see, shit. It was like the noise, the audio editing, the audio sound design, to underline, you know, Carmi being overwhelmed by, you know, fairly early in the episode. I think right, that was also great. You know, when he's like trying to open up to Claire, and he's like, it wasn't a hot pot, and you know, I was just wondering if I could tell you I burned my hand on the stove, and she's like, I know. And then we have the, yeah, Chester. That was really funny. You always fucking do this. You're gonna get kicked out of this wedding. And then he goes right up and is like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? Your mom invited. Mom. And yeah, again, such great exploration of how fucking complicated life can be today. You know, this thing of like, because like everybody agrees, well, Frank's such a fucking nice guy. You know, you know, on some level, Richie wants to hate, you know, James. Richard wants to hate him, but he fucking can't. And at the same time, he wants his daughter to be happy. You know. And Frank keeps saying, you know, father daughter, I mean stepfather daughter dance, you know, because like he doesn't want to hurt, you know, Richie's feelings, and Sid trying to cheer up Richie, and Richie's little smile, like, I see what you're doing there, you know, the thing about, oh well, I mean, those keys fucking suck, and it's like gentrified, and I like regular keys. I don't know, maybe just sue me. But that was such a great. I'm so glad they've come so far. Like they kind of got off on the wrong foot early on, you know. But yeah, and I mean she has been trying to be nice to him and make things work out since very early on. The thing with the fixing the caulk after he caulked it up. I think that might bring us to, let's see, what would be the next element that I really wanted to talk. It was great. Carm talking to Don again for, you know, after years. You know, she didn't quite go into the restaurant. She just talked to Sugar outside. You know, but yeah. I think Right, and the thing with, see, I was thinking that you were gonna say you were afraid of refrigerators. Claire, that is cold. And I think I love Neil just being a man child. Where'd you get that hot chocolate? You should be nicer to me. I'm not a stranger. And then he wasn't very nice to me. I want a hot chocolate. Would you like me to get you a hot chocolate? No. Yeah. And then he's got his hot chocolate while the others are like arguing loudly right in front of or behind, something near him, adjacent. And let's see what else we got. My fucking back. Let's see. I know there's something else. Okay, there's at least two more things. Let me think if there's a third that I should maybe talk about before I get to it. I really like the thing with, oh god, so what's it like partying with Berzados? Oh, it's they have personality and they're intense, and this and they're like, should we tell them the truth? Nah, it's best you find. How do we describe it? Well, see, I have a suggestion. How about you point out that sometimes, not often, usually outside of Berzano, sometimes there's a train derailment, car crash in the middle of a tornado with a black hole and a collapsing pocket universe right by it. Take that, multiply it by infinity, you have a fraction of a Berzado family function. I love the line, functions are dysfunctional. Right, it was great the thing about, well, what is Sid nervous about? A decision. Did you make the right one? I think there was only ever one. She is going to stay with the bear. There was also the are we doing this? You disappeared. From Shapiro, I think that does bring us to. So, I didn't realize how much, the whole Francie thing, they've been mentioning her for several episodes, and it's okay, so there's some conflict, evidently, between her and Sugar, and I don't know. I at some point, I gotta wake up and smell the fact, because it's goddamn, every fucking time they introduce a new fact, I'm fucking eating it up, nom nom nom, wonderful, just Jesus Christ. Okay, so do you remember that at the start there were only one or two, Neil was there from the start. Ted, I think, joined fairly early, but now, we've got so many, and they just, each one is better than the last. Fuck, I thought John Cena was amazing, and he is on the show, but then they bring in fucking Brie Larson, and I just, I am aware that she used to do comedies and dramedies and such. I'm basically only familiar with her MCU appearances, but even on there, she shows such great comedic timing. She is so fucking good at this, and she slots right in. If this was the first time you saw her, you would not realize, oh, this is a movie star. She's, headlines, incredible. I can never fucking remember exactly how much, but it was the first Captain Marvel movie, massive success, despite what the chuds, and some of them are but it was so close to movies that were really popular, but it way outperformed. Let's see, what was the one? It was right around Ant-Man and the Wasp, and that was really people were looking forward to that one. A lot of people, we were all really surprised by how fucking good Ant-Man was. Ant-Man and the Wasp, in some ways better, did not perform as well as the first Captain Marvel solo movie. Anyway, absolutely. It's just, she's so fucking good. She's so fucking funny. I really hope this episode helps people realize how incredibly funny Brie Larson. You just gotta give her the right material and direction, and she's she's so fucking good in the Marvels as well. Incredibly funny. I love the bonding moments between the three of them, and Brie Larson's a big part of that. As is Iman Vellani, and for sure, oh fuck, I can't believe I'm blanking on her name. I'm so sorry. I really love her performances in every fucking thing I've seen her in, you know, other than MCU. She's in the Batman. She's in fucking Candyman 2021. God damn it, Teyonah Parris, right? I think that's her name. Amazing actress as well. All three of them just phenomenal. Anyway, yeah, my God. And I kind of fucking love, like, I didn't realize until she did kind of sort of apologize. I mean, she didn't really say sorry, but she did say, you know, like some positive things about Francie and say, I would like us to be friends. And it was really only then that I fully realized she didn't technically start. I mean, okay, she showed up to this wedding knowing that Sugar probably didn't want her there. Maybe she was there so they could talk. Because it's actually Sugar who starts, like, shouting, fuck you, to her. And, you know, Francie's just like, she's starting shit within 10 seconds of me arriving, you know? And it's kind of true, you know? I mean, she is a hard ass at the time. You know, she's apparently mean to every fat girlfriend. So that's, yeah, well, I'm supposed to. It's my job. You pick bad girlfriends, you know, just, yeah. But yeah, she was absolutely amazing. I love the parts where they're saying the same words in unison and getting angry. It's one of those things. Sometimes the people you most resemble are the ones you either best get along with or hate the most. And I really appreciate them ending up friends. You know, at the end. So many sweet moments in this episode. I really loved how they managed to balance those. You know. Yeah, I think that brings us very nicely to so I guess kind of the centerpiece of the episode is this whole thing with, you know, they're doing things like not too out in the open, but not too neither like under the table kinds of things, you know. Yeah, honestly, at first I didn't think it was gonna get so big, and I don't just mean the fact that suddenly the table is large enough to like what is there like a dozen people under there. Pretty sure that was like dramatic license, and I 100% approve. But yeah, you know, first it's just I don't know, it was hiding under the table. She, you know, she doesn't want to talk to this one. She wants to talk to this other one, and they keep trying. And I love Richard's is like, it's a good vibe down here. You want some snacks? You know, he's not like you have to come out here, you know, because that's not gonna work. You know, you have to try to calm her down. You know, she's clearly upset about something, and that was also such great. Like for a while, it's like, oh, she says it's not about the dance. Well, I guess we got to find out what it is. Is it about the dog? No, it can't be the dog. It is the dance, you know. And then after all that, she's like, okay, we can dance a little bit. You know, it's such a really authentic. Yeah, kids are like that, you know. And also, they've given her some more to do. I wasn't sure if they were gonna, but she's doing really. The actress is doing a great job. I think that does, yeah, just so many wonderful moments. I love the under the table. I love the way that just more and more, you know, at first it's just like one at a time. And Claire, God, I really hope that she ends up with Carmi. I don't know if he deserves her, but she deserves to be happy, and it looks like that's her best chance. And if he can just calm the fuck down for 2 goddamn seconds, I think they do have a chance of being happy together. And just yeah, she's so giving. It's and them dancing together at the end. God damn it. Yeah, I think there is a chance they'll end up together. And let's see the yeah, you know, she manages to try to improve things, and you know, suddenly it's like two of them at a time, 3 of them at a time, and you know, fuck, was it Carmi who was next? Yeah, he was like, well, that's definitely Richie's legs, which, okay, I didn't realize you spent that much time looking at his legs, but okay. Goes in, what the fuck? Oh, I didn't say the bad word. And several of the others are also like, they start out saying, and when Francie gets in, you know, she's not gonna say fuck in front of the kid, but she does mouth that, you know, fuck you too, you know, to Sugar over the, and you know, they all go around saying what they're afraid of, and you know, both Sugar and Francie are like, I'm afraid of my friends betraying me. That's funny. That's also what I'm afraid of. Just, oh my god. And apparently they hooked up, which can also complicate things. And that was also, you know, then you know, Pete being like, you're not like in love with her. Like, oh, okay, you know, that's all he needs to know. You know, he just, yeah. And let's see. Yeah, that was, Peter. Ladies, am I going to have to separate you? He's such a fucking sweetheart. He's too pure. God damn it. And let's see. We have the thing with the person in the episode. Fuck, what was the other thing? Yeah, the thing about, I would have thought you'd be running the restaurant Sunday. That was, yeah, great. Right, and also, yeah, Richie being really nervous and Sid being like, "You are not throwing up on my open toes shoes." Just, yeah. And can you hold my smoke? No. No! I'm no! And I think that might just about bring us to... Yeah, right, about Lee and yeah, if, he said some things that genuinely proved, yeah, he got close to Michael, and Michael did really, he was proud of you. That's a really sweet thing to, yeah. God, my fucking back. Almost done. Let's see, what else is there? Yeah, I like how some of the fears they talk about are like, that's a little heavy for a kid her age. Like, maybe just make up something. And I think it was Chester's like, I'm afraid of spiders, but I also really like spiders. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The duality of man. What can I say, Spiders used to give me nightmares. And then I stopped eating them right before bed. And let's see, right, yeah, the thing about, the Philip K. Dick quote, and that's, yeah, I forget if I already had heard that he said that, but that's definitely something he would have said or written or something, because, yeah, nothing lasts forever. That is that's a major theme in a bunch of his stories, Let's see, I think, shit, where does that leave us? There's at least one more thing. I am fucking certain of it. What the fuck was it? Right. Okay, so the facts are up to the... Oh, wait, actually, shit. I think there was more table shit that I wanted to talk about. Fuck. I'm trying to outfuck a season opener of the show. God damn it. Fuck. Yeah, the thing about, I'm afraid of every disease. Name one. I got a shot for that one. And shit. I know there was something else. It was really sweet, the picture taken of all of them, bears. And yeah, I hope that it looks like Carmi is getting better at taking care of himself, and maybe Sid will as well, and Claire. It's just like the bear's getting the very bare necessities of life. God damn it, what was the last thing about the table? I like that some of them got like interrupted in part way through saying what they're afraid of, and because others crawled in under, and yeah, everyone's like, what the fuck are you doing here? But that's also a great, yeah, like they don't end up, we don't end up seeing them sit at a table. It's possible they do off screen, all together, but they sit under the table, so it's a little early in the day to end up under the table. Like, Jesus, pace yourself. That was also really funny that, yeah, like some of the others are drinking like grown up shit, like, champagne or something, and Neil just wants a fucking hot chocolate. And the what's it called? Whipped cream mustache he gets out of it. That is one. That is a mustache that allows saving food for later. So, respect. And yes, now finally I remember. I am so happy that they realized they shouldn't try to make it more like destructive and like non-stop shouty and like physical violence-y as the because like the other episode. I mean, where the fuck do you go? They had Donna crash a car into her car into her own house. Like, how do you top that? Like what? Two cars, it's just gonna feel like you're just trying to recapture the magic. So instead, it's actually almost sort of this kind of intimate thing, which is weird because there's again a dozen people under the table. But yeah, it's just a conversation between human beings trying to work things out and talking about yeah. So I really thought that was the exact right choice. I'm so glad they didn't try. Fuck, I would have really hated it. I thought early on, I was like, well, I wasn't necessarily dreading it, but I was thinking it's gonna end up feeling derivative of what they did before, especially when they're talking about, oh yeah, Brasado. I don't know, they're intense, but no, they actually ended up that ended up being the thing of like just yeah, no, they are intense, and that is something we see, but they don't end up, no forks are thrown. No one gets forked or fucked or anything. Let's see. But yeah, the thing with, it's made you goofy, hasn't it? And he's like, 30 days of night will do that to a man. I'm only human. Look, I am this close to like narrating my actions and seeing things in black and white. You're gonna have to help me here. I was right. Yeah, Richie talks about it. Fucking AI, especially the singularity. That's his fear. Which like, yeah, I mean, that is pretty scary. Both of us have read Philip K. Dick, so that is something that's on our minds, but like, is Eva does she even know what the fuck that means, but just like, I guess, I don't know, maybe I should join in. I suppose not scared, but wondering if I'm ever gonna see Eben Mosbachrak in something where he doesn't have a complicated relationship with his family, and at one point cooks really something or makes something really delicious to eat. And I think that pretty well gets us to fuck, was there one more thing that I wanted to Unc Jimmy's bits were also great, with Sugar, with Richie, each step of the way. God, it was so fucking sweet when at first, Ted's like, I'm gonna tell you something, it's really sweet, you're gonna like it, and then later he's like telling Neil, like, I think I'm gonna tell her I love her. Is that crazy? Is that too much? And I was so fucking worried he was gonna chicken out. God damn it, it looked like he was gonna, because she's like, you said you had something to tell me, and like you can tell. She knows. She just wants to hear it, She wants him to say it because it's important when there's someone you love, if at all you can, and it's not inappropriate, obviously, Yeah, make it clear to them that you love them. I don't think it depends on the people whether or not it's like verbal, but yeah, if you think they would like you to hear you say it to them, yeah, say it. And he does, and she's so happy, and she says, I love you too, and the smile and the sort of hug, and it's just so fucking sweet, Let's see, I think that does cover, yeah, so it's not a surprise to see the facts back on their bullshit, trying to sell, trying to do a fucking get rich quick scheme kind of thing, Not unusual to see Pete Sweet. Was a little surprised to see Stevie Skeevy, maybe a little bit of John Mulaney's real actual, got in there into the character. But yeah, I do fucking love, like, that's such a great way to evolve that bit, because, like, yeah, last time Stevie was the mark, and he was like, I'm going to give you this money, but I want lots of updates. And yeah, he is at this point. He's like, yeah, I worked with them before. I'm riding this, just like, yeah. And this thing of like, okay, so I don't get to take it home. Why would you get to take it home if you only own part of it? What's so confusing about this? I just feel like this page is all over the place. I fucking love Pete. But yeah, I'm sorry. I think we can all agree the facts have not become, rich yet. That this is not the first scheme. They did this years ago. They've probably done several in between these two. These are just the two we're seeing. You know, Right, I did just briefly want to say, so yeah, I'm really glad that Stevie wasn't the mark this time. It would be like, okay, we already saw this though. Or if he like ran in and say, oh, don't do it, it didn't work out for me, that would also be kind of boring. The fact that he's in the fucking accomplice now, like, Jesus Christ, dude, that's really fucking funny. Like, that's how persuasive the facts are, But yeah, I feel confident, and I believe you'll agree, the facts did not become rich yet. Because you know that meme? If I became wealthy, I wouldn't tell people, but there would be signs. I feel like the facts are the embodiment of that. The walking, talking, real life version, well, fiction, on screen version of that meme. Like 100% they would start spending money in just ridiculous ways. They would do the fucking Donald Trump thing. They would start like making golden toilets and putting their names on buildings and building a golden dome and bankrupting the government and putting, their fucking Gestapo everywhere, even though people already fucking hate that, and just like, Jesus fucking Christ. I made myself sad. But yeah, really fucking amazing episode. Just fuck me. I'm glad there's at least one more season, and I guess three more episodes of the of this season as well. And given that you didn't see me count on my fingers on my hand as opposed to the fingers I have elsewhere, there are no witnesses to the fact that I still use my fingers to count.